Hi guys, whoever is writing Kemi Badenoch's speeches needs to be fired. Now, I'm not a political strategist or an expert, but even I can see that if she isn't boring people to tears, she's getting them to slap themselves in the forehead in disbelief. So the Tory leader held a press conference which had fewer viewers than I have during a live stream, and she told a group of journalists present not what she will do. Yes, the focus of this was, I will not tell you what I'm going to do. You'll just have to wait and see. Who the heck is responsible for her communications?
The public will never trust politicians unless we can admit our mistakes. Labour are making a lot of mistakes. But the difference between me and Keir Starmer is that he doesn't believe that he's ever made a mistake.
You're the one who said you don't do gaffes. Okay.
I will acknowledge the Conservative Party made mistakes, and I understand why the British people made it so clear in July that they wanted a change.
No. It's not that you made mistakes. It was not a mistake to impose austerity. That was done by design. It was not a mistake that you didn't invest enough in public services. That was by design. It wasn't a mistake that the NHS was run into the ground. That again was by design. You're sort of framing this as, we made a few mistakes. We tried to do this. Oh, it was the wrong way to go. Oh, we tried this. It didn't work. No. What you did was ideologically driven. These were not mistakes. You're trying to paint this as some sort of error. No, these things were done by design. It was ideologically driven. You wanted public services to be run into the ground. Your party, I'm not saying Kemi Badenoch here, although she was part of it as well, but her party wanted public services to be run into the ground so that the public would have to rely on the private sector. It was about shoveling money that should have been going into the public sector into the private sector. It was about reducing the size of government so that ordinary people struggled and the richest in society would benefit from that. That was not a mistake. That was not an error. It was by design.
We were making announcements without proper plans. We announced that we would leave the European Union before we had a plan for growth outside the EU.
Now, this is a bit of a watershed. Here you have finally somewhat of a Conservative leader admitting that Brexit was not perfect. You notice here that the language was quite timid, but she did actually admit that Brexit did not succeed. She's, of course, trying to sell the idea that there is a real good Brexit, but it goes to a different school. There is a really good Brexit, but we don't have it. But maybe if we were in charge again, then we could deliver a better Brexit. But I'm not sure if she's actually going down that road. But finally, we have a Conservative who's admitting that Brexit is not perfect. I think that's the best we can hope for, at least for now.
We made it the law that we would deliver net zero by 2050. And only after that did we start thinking about how we would do it. We announced year after year that we would lower immigration, but despite our efforts, immigration kept going up.
No mention of the £750 million handed over to Rwanda here. Was that a mistake? See, you notice what she's doing here. She's saying, we made mistakes, but she won't be specific about the mistakes. She won't say, this policy was a mistake, because she can't say that because she voted for a lot of these policies. She defended these policies when she was on TV. She's trying to play a bit of a sly game here. Yes, we made mistakes. Yes, we did things wrong. But she won't admit what they are and why she supported them at the time.
Those mistakes were made because we told people what they wanted to hear first and then tried to work it out later.
Well, that was extremely dishonest, wasn't it? Instead of actually taking a step back and saying, okay, what can we achieve? Let's produce a policy and try and sell it to the public. Because if it's a good policy, it should sell itself. But instead, what the Conservatives were doing, and they're doing now, of course, is licking their finger, holding it in the air and seeing which way the wind is blowing. This is why she's doubling down on immigration.
That is going to stop under my leadership. if we are going to turn our country around, we're going to have to say some things that aren't easy to hear. Let's start with our problems. We think we are rich, but we are living off the inheritance that previous generations left behind. A complacency that Britain will always be wealthy, and a refusal to live within our means. We owe it to that next generation to leave an inheritance for them and not mortgage their future to make our lives more comfortable.
Oh my goodness. You're supposed to deliver something positive. Where is the positive message here? Where is the hope for the future? See, at the moment, the public are not happy with the Labour Party, the Labour government. Now, that may change between now and the general election, but in general, the public are not happy. What is Kemi Badenoch doing here? She's selling more gloom and doom instead of actually trying to sell something positive. Saying, we will deliver change. I will deliver change. I will improve the situation for ordinary people. And here are the ways I'm going to achieve it. I think it's probably still too soon after the last election for her to try and lie to the public and convince them that, yeah, we can actually turn things around. Because one of the reasons, or the main reason why the situation is so bad, is because of 14 years of Tory rot. So it's very difficult for her to turn things around, to sell the public the idea that you need to get us back into power. Now, when she was pushed on policies, she keeps coming back to this point of, well, it's too early, I don't have anything, you'll have to wait and see. But there are elections, local elections around the corner. And also, if she's not able to improve the situation for ordinary conservative MPs and councillors, because she is the leader, if she's not able to improve the situation for them, they will remove her. There's no point in her saying, you have to wait and see. They will not wait and see. If they're starting to lose support, if at the local elections, if the Tories face a wipeout, she will be gone. And no mention of wait and see will work. You have to deliver something now. You have to encourage people to come out and vote for your party. But she's doing everything wrong. She's terrible at PMQs. She's terrible at these speeches. She's not reaching out to ordinary people. Who is organising all of this? Who is convincing her to carry out these speeches, to conduct these speeches? Who is writing her script when it comes to PMQs? That person or those people need to be fired. Unless they're giving her a good script and she's ignoring it. But something has to change. If she wants to turn things around, she has to change, or the team have to change, or the Conservative Party has to change. And I don't think at the moment any of that is on the cards. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.